the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
During the second term of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, one of the members of parliament baako nana ho eba Nsem-Pii Honorable Gyakye Quayson, member of parliament for Assin North. Wenya nomination and as eventual nomination subject to parliamentary vetting. Na oma approval and as ombe disapproval for Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs. Inti Honorable Kujeto Ablakwa ni Deputy President John Dramani Mahama propose Honorable Gyakye Quayson. Na Deputy Minority Leader Honorable Appiah Agyei ka musanso ECOWAS Parliament ebete ebusebusa ne nsem bi kakra na ohwe the way obobo ni CVs mu take time every day CV information will provide to the good people of Ghana. Say yenfa Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs in Manana Honorable Appiah Agyei very, very particular because certain mistakes are spelling mistakes, grammatical mistakes be na Honorable Appiah Agyei pointing out. Emma Honorable Gyakye Quayson kraji to mu say oye mistakes kakra. Inti say okwa representing Ghana as the Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister. Now simple English for CV na oye mistakes are quite troubling. Inti Honorable Appiah Agyei pointing out say in the House of Records in fact some mistakes we MBPM CV and kase ye call for Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs. Or also beside the questions if some of the study courses I will take here about say nuclear energy studies ne de kaka ho ba ne saying na timi dane no ho ebe dane Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs. Ni na Honorable Gyakye Quayson den eyi ano yenko tie nkomodi e course the Parliament of Ghana Emra Deputy Minority Leader Honorable Appiah Agyei the Member of Parliament for Assin North Honorable Gyakye Quayson.
Honorable Quayson, I'd like to congratulate you for this. I've been looking at your CV and I find it very interesting, especially the area where you had to study at John Brown College of Applied Arts and Technology. I was actually wondering, the discipline you undertook in that particular instrumentation and nuclear engineering diploma. Would you mind telling us a little bit of what it entails? Because I'm very much interested in that one.
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, if you look back to my resume, the time was sometime in '84 when I graduated in that. As a young man, fast track. When I was at Nsem-Pii, I took to the O levels, both science and arts. So when I went in as a young man, obviously there was that initial cultural shock. My whole intent was to study and get work and earn a living. I never thought I would be able to integrate into the culture. But once I graduated, you know, sometimes they say destiny is not what you control. I graduated that program in '84, and then there was just in '83, there was a nuclear accident. Because nuclear accident back in the Soviet Union time, there was nuclear accident in the Chernobyl, which is today's Ukraine. Canada also suffered its own minor nuclear reactor accident in Pickering, which is a suburb of Toronto where I was living. The arrangement was that the nuclear agency had a contract with George Brown College of Applied Arts and Technology where they will recruit the students right after graduation They take you to their site. You are given facility to live. You paid. And just at 83, this whole dream was shattered. So then our recruitment didn't come on. And the professor was so kind to me that he offered me, I was a TA at the time, he offered me a lab technician to work along with him to train the incoming students. Through that arrangement, I decided then I'll go back to university, and that's when I entered into social sciences. So this is the journey of my life. Why I didn't work with that instrumentation, that was my focus at the time, to go into nuclear science. So thank you very much.
A follow-up, Mr. Chair. Are you aware that currently in Ghana is pursuing the opportunity to establish a nuclear energy facility in the country for the use of power and energy? Are you aware of that fact?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. I've heard about the talk or discussion on that subject, but I haven't gone deep into it.
And would you recommend, because you know there is a general perception that nuclear power is dangerous, but at the same time, it's one of the safest means and cheapest means of electricity supply and the promotion of industries. Would you recommend? And if you have, I don't know if you still follow it up, which country would you recommend to promote this agenda for the country Ghana? Thank you.
As it stands right now, Ms. Chairman, I think my sister has asked a very intelligent question. But I think globally, most countries that I know are shying away from nuclear energy at this point because of we are all looking at green energy now. So I think that I'm not going to totally, if I'm ever consulted, totally deviate from advising them, but comparatively, I think solar energy will be even more appropriate for a country like Ghana because we got abundant sun, 12 hours of sunlight, and I think that will be even the cheapest way of getting our energy sources. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Having been in that institute, that's a second follow-up. In that field, I was expecting you to rather educate people because we have various usage anyway. But I think you really explained your limitation as an initial exploratory. So I'll grant you that one. Thank you very much. And I'll go on to my next observation. You went to Nsem-Pii Secondary School, Ghana. At the time you finished your education, what certification were you given? Because I have here with me high school diploma. At that time, were they offering high school diploma or GCE and O level? I mean, I don't know. I need that kind of clarification. Would you seek the leave of the chair to correct it if you have to do so? Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. I think my sister friend here is very critical, and I think it was my putting together as the thought is today to bring awareness or understanding, because most of the panel may not even know what GCO level is all about. So I thought the easiest way to say the diploma is what is offered these days. So we alluded to that. But I stand corrected that there was a GCO level. Thank you.
I asked if you would seek the leave of the chair to correct that information because it's very much required. This is a house of record.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I would like to seek a leave to make a correction on that. Thank you.
Leave granted at request.
Thank you very much, Honorable. On the same educational background, Penworth, is it a preparation school or a preparatory school? Preparation or preparatory? Penworth. Penworth School, the primary school that you attended. Was it a preparation school or a preparatory school? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It was a preparatory school, which means I did 6 years, grade 1 to 6. Thank you, Miss.
So please, would you, as we are asking the leave of the chair, to correct that one too. Thank you. Would you?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to make a...
Leave consequentially granted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have also observed in your employment history that you were engaged as a policy analyst and as in social services at the Toronto City. And may I please get education on that and how we can relate that to our local governance system. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The policy analyst at the city level of Toronto, Employment and Social Services, this is a department where you analyze the budget that is allocated to the metropolitan city. We have a department where we have budget specialists, we have engineers, all city stakeholders, where we formulate budget to determine how to develop a community. And also sometimes it's for maintenance of the community. So unlike here, we don't, unfortunately, maybe we're still growing our economy to a point where everything, as you members or we all know, they call on you, the MP or the DCE. Here, the institutions actually work. So this is where we are able to sit down and allocate within the municipal the office itself what amount should go to city engineer, what amount should go to infrastructure, community. All budget is where, this is where most of the advocacy happens. So as an analyst, you work along with them. They'll bring their, I guess, proposals and requests, and then you see what is needed for every sector, or not a sector per se, but every department to carry on with their regular duty. They have maintenance issues with vehicles, procurement, and all that. So this is where that direction is. Thank you.
Right, Honorable Chair, I'd like to follow up on that. Honorable nominee, are you aware that in preparing our budget, especially the one pertaining to your constituency, what is the constituency name? Asin North. There's always a preparatory aspect of it where you engage the community, where the planning officers within your district are supposed to engage the community and then come up before the allocations are even made. I want to find out from you, have you ever engaged yourself that way? Because you are an asset. What you did in the city of Toronto could be transferred to your constituency. You are an asset. Are you not in the know or you've never had the opportunity to transfer that kind of institutional memory to your constituency? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have not had the opportunity, but I know that I'm a member of the Assembly, and so we'll be pursuing that. Again, I don't want to go back to my experience of the last 4 years because it wasn't a smooth operation for me to be more participatory until this recent times. So, yes, I think we will also be able to guide the district engineers and in preparing their budget and those things to see how best we can. Because unfortunately, you see, the money comes in a bulk, or sometimes there's no money at all. So it's so difficult to, unlike the experience I had, your budget is allocated to you, in entirety, so you can pick and choose and make your own planning as to how to conduct the operations. But yes, I think it's a learning process, again, for our communities. So I'll take that advice as well and try to engage them a little bit more to see how best we can organize a better planning for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Of courage, but I know where it is coming from. Continue to have that courage. You are going to be the Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs, and the one you are going to deputize is someone who is so open, very open. He says it as it is. And I also saw that in you, even before you won the Asin North supposed by-election that we came for. So I know you are going to be able to work. What will you do specifically to support your minister? I just want one thing. I don't want more than two. Just one. One thing you will do to support your minister, because you have seen it all, to ensure that our people who are being deported, especially from the US, they are supported by our own persons there, especially the embassies, so that they come back home safely and that they are properly communicated to understand that, look, after all, if you travel to another man's land and it's not good, you go back to your own land. What will you do specifically to support him?
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, my sister. It's a very brilliant question. This is something that it just doesn't take diplomacy alone. Sometimes you need to understand the dynamics of how these cultures that we are alien to, how it works. And I know I have an inside knowledge and strength that I can support it to Minister Ablakwa to make sure that we put certain institutions in place. Sometimes it's not just the embassy alone we need. We need a support system attached to these embassies so that some of our nationals who are out there can go there for support. You see, most of these embassies are closed after certain hours. You have individuals who are out there, sometimes can't even stay in their own homes because they are afraid they'll be arrested and deported. Nobody wants to travel and just be taken by surprise to be brought home, unprepared. Some of them don't even own a bank account, for that matter, because they're afraid that, where's the identification to open a bank account? You're working under the table, they call it there, which means it's not documented employment, and then you keep all your money with you, or hopefully you get somebody you can trust to hold it for you, whatever the person decides to change their mind on you. So there's a lot of work we need to do in such areas, especially the major hotspots like New York, Toronto, UK, like London, and all those areas we need to put. And I'll be working with Minister Ablakwa to enlighten some of these challenges that some of our people are going through down in those major communities and cities and countries. So my sister, be rest assured that I think the president, in his wisdom, made a good choice adding me to this sector so that we can make it grow and make Ghana a better place. If we improve our country here, most of those youth out there will not even find their way out. They would rather come home and work for us. Thank you.
My second question, Chairman, to the nominee is, if you observe the issue of those who actually travel and go and get either even some of them killed in these Saharan places, some in the sea, some don't even go anywhere, they are killed. Mostly they are youth. A few times I have watched some documentaries, they are boys, very strong ones. Except maybe one or two at a time you may see a girl. Most of them are our energetic youth. Will you ensure that you lace hand in hand with the support and agreement of your minister to talk to our embassies across, not even to the Western world, our own African continent, the countries that they cross, so that these people are given the opportunity where you will meet them, talk with them, and encourage them to rather go back, instead of allow them, because they are afraid, they try to hide, and eventually they get trapped and killed. Will you get them so that you could talk, come together, and you, with your experience, you would help in ensuring that they are given that communication to come back rather than pursue what they are doing? Because even recently, we've heard of people being taken to nowhere but just Abidjan. What are the things that you, will you do that to make sure that you support us to get our youth to stay back? Just a yes or no answer, will you do that?
Thank you, Chairman. I will offer yes or no answer. I think what I will add to is that we should beef up our communication here in the country as well. We will liaison with the Ministry of Communication to feature some of these things so that the youth would understand. Because you see, when you're desperate, anybody can lure you into something that you heard about a QNet and all that. They take them out there. They find a way to extort the little money they have, and then they leave them stranded. So yes, we would have to collaborate with the various embassies to make sure. And what I'm saying about communication is also because if we don't step up the communication, most of these youth even end up there and they avoid authorities. So how are you even going to encounter them sometimes? Except when they are in a very extreme hardship before they will seek. But then we should be able to have some counselors attached to our various embassies who can counsel this youth, whilst at the same time we're also stepping up our communications in the country. If we can engage with the media houses to let them explain such challenges that some of these youth will go through. And you are right, my sister. I read about these things in the Sahel Desert. There was some family that came to Canada. It was very bitter winter. By the time they crossed the snow, it was winter time. A couple of them, their legs had to be amputated. How would you travel to just go lose your, physical being? So we will work along those lines with Minister, and then I'm hoping that the youth will understand better now. Thank you.
Deputy Ranking, Honorable Patricia Appiah Agyei.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, for this opportunity, and my brother.